So we did till line number 127, 126. We have to start from Prospero's speech. First noble sir, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined. So these lines are being spoken by Prospero to Gonzalo. You can write it there. These lines are said by Prospero to Gonzalo. First noble sir, let me embrace thine age. So let me embrace thine age means that you are an aged person, you are an old person. So let me embrace your aged self, whose honor cannot be measured or confined. And you are such an honorable person, you are such a great person that your greatness cannot be measured. Right? In the past, whatever you have done, your deeds have proved that you are a very great person, and I cannot measure. It is beyond measure. Your greatness is beyond measure, and it is not restricted. It is free, unlimited. Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear. So now, Gonzalo, see, they are in a state of mind where they are not able to understand what to believe and what not to believe. Right? So now Gonzalo is scared of believing anything or swearing for anything, and so he says that whether this be true, whether you are for real or not, because he's seen Prospero in front of his eyes, whom all of them believe that is a dead man. He's someone who died 12 years ago for these people, right? Because they are the ones who tried to kill him. So for him, Prospero is a dead man. So he says that whether this be or not be, I'll not swear. So I am not going to take an oath. I am not going to swear by whatever I am seeing in front of my eyes. I don't know whether it's just an illusion or you are standing as a real human being in flesh and blood in front of me, or you are just an illusion, right? Who will disappear after some time, like the rest of the things which happened on this island a while ago. So he says this to Prospero. Gonzalo says this to Prospero. Prospero, you do yet taste some subtleties of the isle. Of the isle means of the island that will not let you believe things. So Prospero says, yes, I know that you have seen to some extent, right? You do yet taste means you have experienced, you have seen to some extent some subtleties of the island, means you have uh, been under some kind of enchantment of this island, because Prospero was the one who enchanted all of them. All of them were under Prospero's magic spell. So he says that you have been to some kind of enchantment, under the influence of some kind of enchantment of the island that will not let you believe things certain, which is not allowing you to believe things which are real, right? Which are true. Because of this impact of magic, impact of delusion upon your heads, what is the result of it? That you are not believing things which are real. Like I am a real human being standing in front of you, but you are skeptical about me. You are doubting my existence. And this is because your minds, they are still under, to some extent, under the influence of magic, right? Or under the influence of some kind of spell of this island. Welcome, my friends, all. And then he says that I, as being the owner and the ruler of this island, I welcome all of you. Aside to Sebastian and Antonio. And then he moves to one corner where Sebastian and Antonio were standing. See, aside to Sebastian and Antonio means that these words which he's going to utter now, these are not heard by anyone else. These are not heard by Gonzalo, Alonso, and others. Right? He is only talking to Sebastian and Antonio. But you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I here could pluck his highness from upon you. He says, my brace of lords means by two, two or a couple. So you two, my dear lords, if I so were I so minded means if I would have been, if I had a feeling, or if I was inclined to do, I here could pluck his highness. If I wish, what I can do, I can pluck his highness frown upon you. Then I can make his highness. Who is his highness? Alonso. that I can then what can I do? I can make His Highness, that is Alonso, frown upon you, right? Means I can make Alonso get angry upon you, right? Frown upon you means I can make him angry. I can make him go against you. How can you make him go against Sebastian and Antonio? Can anyone tell me?
Ma'am, by revealing the truth that they were trying to kill him.
Yes, by revealing the conspiracy which they tried to hatch against King Alonso. If they will reveal the details of that, if Prospero reveals the details of that conspiracy to King Alonso, obviously they will be punished by the king. So that is what he is telling. He's kind of blackmailing these two fellows, right? He's kind of blackmailing Sebastian and Antonio. He says that I here could pluck his islands, I can bring down his anger, frown upon you, that is, I can make him angry against you, right? I can make him frown against you and justify you traitors. And I can, if I wish, then what else I can do? I can make him declare you people as traitors. At this time, I will tell no thing. But at this time, I don't want that. And so I'm not interested in narrating any stories to him. So I'm kind of forgiving you people, right? If I wish, I can do a lot to destroy you people by telling the reality to King Alonso. But I really don't wish to do anything of the sort at the moment, and so I will not go and tell tales. Then he, Sebastian aside, the devil speaks in him. Now Sebastian, this line is uttered by Sebastian to himself. Nobody hears this line, right? This is what he's talking to himself. Like whenever we are angry on someone, now we are annoyed, we start speaking things inside ourselves, right? Or we speak them too softly so that they are not heard, right? Normally, when we are abusing. So that is what he is doing. He says the devil speaks in him, right? Some devil has definitely entered inside this person, that is Prospero, and he is talking. Look, he's blackmailing us. This is what he is saying, that he's blackmailing us because the devil has entered inside his body and he is making him speak these kind of things. Prospero, no, for you, most wicked sir. So Prospero says, no. And for you, now he is talking to Antonio. For you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth. And then he moves on to Antonio and he says that you, who is the most wicked person I have ever seen, and to call you brother, to call you my brother would pollute my tongue, would dirty my tongue. Calling you my brother would be like dirtying my mouth, polluting my mouth. That is the meaning of infect my mouth. I do forgive thy rankest fault. Thy rankest fault means thy greatest fault. I am ready to forgive your rankest fault. What was the rankest fault? What was the rankest fault? Akanksha. Wait, nobody else will answer. Akanksha. What rankest fault is Prospero talking about to Antonio?
Ma'am, he is talking about that Antonio has taken away his kingdom by trying to kill him.
Yes, so that was the greatest fault, right? If you are trying to murder and kill your own brother, that is perhaps the greatest fault, right? No other sin can be greater than this. So that is what Prospero is calling as the rankest fault. That your greatest fault, I am ready to forgive all of them, and all the faults which you have committed, all the sins which you have committed against me, I am ready to forgive them and require my dukedom of thee. And what do I want? I want my dukedom back from you now. Now you will have to give me back my dukedom of Milan, which perforce I know thou must restore. And I know whether you wish it, whether you don't wish it, whether you want it, whether you don't want it, willy-nilly you will have to give it back to me, right? You don't have your will in it. Whether you give it out of your own will or you give it to me reluctantly, I don't care, but you will have to restore my kingdom, my dukedom back to me. Right? This is what I want, and I have forgiven all your faults. Though they are the worst faults which we have committed, the worst sins which we have committed, but still I have forgiven all of them. Alonso, if thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation. Now Alonso wants to know that if he is really Prospero, how was he saved and how he landed upon that island. So he says, if thou beest Prospero, give us details of thy preservation. If you are really Prospero, if you are the same Prospero as the Duke of Milan, right, whom we tried to murder, whom we conspired to murder, so then please give us the details of thy preservation. We want to know how was it that you were saved? How did you manage to save your life when you were left in such adverse circumstances, thrown to the roaring sea in a useless boat? How thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon this shore. And how did you meet? How did it happen that you met us on this island when we were wrecked upon this island just 3 hours ago? So all these things which you have studied in this entire act till now, these are the things which happened in 3 hours, right? So that is what Alonso is saying. Then please tell me that how did you meet us here? How was it possible that you met us upon this island where we were wrecked, where our ship was wrecked just 3 hours ago? Where I have lost, how sharp the point of this remembrance is, my dear son Ferdinand. And then he remembers Ferdinand. He says that my ship was wrecked upon this island, on this shore we landed ourselves, and I lost my dear son. And then he says how sharp the point of this remembrance is, how acute pain this remembrance, this memory of my son, because he believes that his son is dead. So he says that how acute, how painful, what a deep pain, what an acute pain this memory of my son is causing. My dear son, Ferdinand, I am go for it, sir. Says, oh, I'm sorry. Like whenever somebody talks about the death of some near and dear one, we say, I'm sorry. So Prospero also says that I'm really sorry for your loss. Alonso, irreparable is the loss, and Patience says it is past. So Alonso says that my loss is irreparable. It cannot be made good, right? It will never be, I'll never be okay now because I've lost my young son in the shipwreck. And Patience says it is past her cure. Which figure of speech has been used in this line? Please tell me. Bhumi. Bhumi.
Yes, ma'am.
Figure of speech. Do you know?
No, ma'am.
Personification.
Why? Who can tell me?
Personification.
Yes, Avishi.
Patience is personified.
Come again.
Patience is personified.
Yes, patience is personified. This is simple, right? And Patience says it is past her cure. Her is used for patience. So patience is personified. Personification has been used in this line. Irreparable is the loss, and Patience says it is past her cure. And Patience has already said, Patience has given up on me, and Patience says that she also cannot cure my loss of a young son which I have undergone, that cannot be cured by Patience also. Patience has refused. So personification has been used there. Fine. Now Prospero says, I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace for the like loss I have her sovereign aim and rest myself content. Who is her here? You have not sought her help.
Ma'am, Patience.
Patience.
Patience, right? If you see the last speech, irreparable is the loss, and patient says it is past her cure. So he is talking about patience, and then Prospero replies and he says, I rather think what I feel is that you have not sought her help, right? You have not dealt with the situation in a patient manner, right? You have not sought. Sought is the past tense of seek, right? Seek something means when you go in search of something, right? When you go in search of acquiring something, that is seeking. So you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace for the like loss. Like loss means he says that I have also incurred a similar loss like you. You have lost a son. I have also lost my child. I have her sovereign aid. Here the meaning of sovereign is gentle. Please, if they ask you, right, then you will write the meaning of sovereign as gentle, right? So for the like loss means similar loss, I have her sovereign aid and rest myself content. He says that I am sure that you have not tried to deal with the situation in a patient manner. You have not sought the help of patients in a proper manner. That is why patients didn't help you, because he says that patients says it is past her cure. Patients failed to help me. So Prospero says, what I feel is that you didn't go to patients in a proper manner. That means that you didn't deal with this situation in a patient manner. Of whose soft grace, because I know that the soft grace of patience has helped me. I also underwent a similar situation. I also suffered a similar loss. And then the gentle aid, the gentle help of patience has helped me and has made me content. Now I am a satisfied soul. Now I am not brooding over my loss. Now I am not suffering that amount of pain and suffering for the loss which I occurred, which was very similar to your loss. So now I am at peace. Why? Because I sought the help of patients in a proper manner. Alonso, you the like loss? See, there is an exclamation mark. So Alonso says, oh, you also suffered a similar loss. What did you lose? I lost my son. And now, till now, Alonso was feeling that his loss is the greater. So now he wants to know, oh, you also had a similar loss. You also lost your child, perhaps, like me, Prospero, as great to me as of me. He says, the loss which you have suffered recently, right? My loss is also as great as your loss. And it is as recent as yours, right? And supportable to make the real loss, have I means much weaker than you may call to comfort you. He says, and the means, the solution which I have for my loss, for the pain which I am undergoing because of my loss, are much weaker than you have, right? As a solution, as something which will help you to recover that loss. My means are much weaker than yours, that you may call to comfort you. So what all things that you may resort to comfort your loss, my means are much weaker in comparison to yours. Why? Because I have lost my daughter, right? Why is Prospero saying that he has lost his daughter? Can anyone tell why is Prospero saying?
Because ma'am, no, she will be,
Okay, Anshansu.
ma'am, now she will be married to Ferdinand and will go to Naples.
Yes, because now she'll be married to Ferdinand and she'll go to Naples, right? Prospero accepted the relationship of Ferdinand and Miranda, and so she will not stay with Prospero anymore. So that is the loss which Prospero is talking about, but Alonso is not able to understand because he doesn't know about his son being alive and he doesn't have any idea about this engagement and betrothal of Miranda and Ferdinand. And so he is completely oblivious of these things. He is not able to understand what Prospero is talking about. Alonso, a daughter, oh heavens, that they were living both in Naples. Now Alonso says, oh, you have lost your daughter, like my son. Oh heavens. Oh, then he says, how I wish that they were both in Naples, the king and queen there. So now Alonso says, I wish that your daughter would have been alive and my son would have been alive, and then we could have got both of them married, and now both of them would have been in Naples. If your daughter and my son would have been alive, then I wish that they would have been the king and queen of Naples. This is just Alonso's wish, right? He doesn't have any knowledge that they are actually alive and they are actually in love, right? So he doesn't know anything. He says, how I wish that both of them were alive and being the king and queen of Naples. That they were. I wish myself were murdered in that oozy bed where my son lies. He says, I wish they would have been alive and in their place I would have been drowned in this oozy bed, means that muddy surface of the sea, right? Deep within, when there is land, where there is land under the water in the sea, that place I wish that my grave must have been made instead of my son. Where my son is lying, in his place, I would have been drowned instead of my son. When did you lose your daughter? Then he asked, okay, now tell me, when did you lose your daughter? When did your daughter die? In this last tempest. He says, yes, just now, in this last tempest, the storm which took place a while ago, at that time only I lost my daughter. I perceived these lords at this encounter do so much admire. He says that I think that these lords, now Prospero looks at the other lords, right, who are standing there along with King Alonso. He says, what I feel is, what I perceive is that these lords, they are so much in surprise, in a state of shock, that they devour their reason and scarce think their eyes do office of truth. That they are looking at us in such a manner, they are so wonderstruck, they are so surprised that they are so surprised and so shocked that they are looking at us in such a strange manner, that they devour their reason and scarce think their eyes do office to them, that they are scarcely able to believe what their eyes are seeing, right? What their eyes are seeing in front of them, their mind is not able to believe. Their mind is finding it hard to believe. So that is why they are in a state of shock. He's talking about the other lords who are standing there, lords who accompanied King Alonso. Their eyes do office of truth. Their words are natural. But whosoever you have been justled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, and that very deed, which was thrust forth of Milan most strangely upon this shore. So now he's telling, but I would like to tell you, right? No matter how much you are insane, no matter in how much crazy state you are, no matter how much mad you are at the present moment, how much is the effect of that magic upon you, the enchantment of this island upon you, I would like to tell you, right? I would like to assure you, I would like to confirm that I am the same Prospero, the very duke which was thrust forth of Milan, which was thrown out of the kingdom of Milan. I am that same Prospero who used to be the Duke of Milan and who was thrown out of the kingdom of Milan, who most strangely upon this shore. And then what happened to me? I landed upon this shore, upon this island in the most strange manner, where you were wrecked. And now, after 12 years, you were also wrecked upon this island. You people also, your ship also wrecked, and you also landed upon the same island. So there is nothing to be so shocked and surprised. Were landed to be the Lord on it. No more yet of this. So he says, and then I became the Lord of this island. No more yet of this. And now I don't want to tell you anything more about it. This is the only thing which I want to tell you, so that your mind relaxes, so that you are able to believe my reality. I don't want to talk further about this whole incident. What is a chronicle of day by day? Why? Because this is a very long story and I will narrate it some other day when I have time. Now, not a relation for a breakfast, not befitting at this first meeting. He says that this is not the story which I will tell, which can be completed in a short period, like while having breakfast. You cannot complete this story in a short period, and this story is not befitting. It is not suitable to tell this story at this hour when we are meeting for the first time after so many years. So this is not the right time to narrate the entire story about what all happened to me during these 12 years on this island. So it's a very long story. So I would just tell these things to cut the long story short. Welcome, sir. This cell is my fault. So then he says that leave all these things aside. I've told you enough that how I landed upon this island. I landed in some strange circumstances upon this island. So now leave all this, because this is a very long story and it will consume a lot of our time if I start telling you. So we should not enter into the details and the nitty-gritty of the story. I welcome you, sir. This cell is my call. This, then he points towards his cell or his cave and he says that this cell is my call. Here have I few attendants, and I have few attendants who serve me. He's talking about Caliban and all. He says, I have few attendants who serve me and subjects none other. And I don't have any subjects, right? I don't have any subjects of the outside world. I have only, though I am the ruler of this island, but I don't have any subjects to rule upon, right? Pray you, look in. And I request you to please look into my cell. To please have a look at my cell. My dukedom, since you have given me back, I will requite you with as good a thing. So now he says that now because you have given me my kingdom back. You remember on the last turn we read also the speech. He says that I will restore your kingdom back. He apologizes and he is repentant of his deeds and he says that I am ready to give back your dukedom to you. So Prospero says that because you have given back my kingdom, so please look inside my cell. I have something to show you, right? If you peep inside my cell, you will find something which is as good as giving back my kingdom. So I am ready to repay the favor which you have done upon me by giving back my kingdom, by giving you something which is inside this cell. Can you guess what would be there inside the cell?
Ma'am,
His son
Miranda.
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand and Miranda.
Yes, Ferdinand, Alonso's son, would be sitting there. So he says, I will requite you with as good a thing. So I am going to repay you with as good a thing because you have given me something. I will give you something which is equally good. At least bring forth a wonder. At least the thing which is inside this cave will definitely surprise you, because that would be no less than a miracle for you to content ye as much as me, my tutor. And the thing which is inside this cave will give you that much satisfaction as I got when you restored my kingdom back to me, when you restored my dukedom back to me. That satisfaction which I got, the contentment which I felt, when you will look inside the cell, you will also experience a similar kind of satisfaction and similar kind of contentment. The entrance of it should be cell, not call, right? The entrance of the cell opens and discovers Ferdinand and Miranda playing at chess. So he opens the entrance of the cell, and then who was there inside the cell? They were Ferdinand and Miranda. They were sitting and playing chess and arguing, right? I think we should stop here and continue on the next turn.